Shambhavi. So last weekend I was in the prison doing the prison work that I do, and I was really treasuring what I felt was the effect of open-eyed meditation, and how valuable that practice was, and then being in that space, in that environment. So I was just curious as to like what your views are, like why you lean towards open-eye meditation rather than closed-eye meditation, like the value of that, or one or the other.
Yeah, all of the direct realization traditions have an emphasis on open-eyed meditation. And I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter if you're open and awake enough that you can experience living presence, continuously or more or less continuously, then whether your eyes are open or closed really makes no difference whatsoever. But until we get there, open-eyed meditation is a way of us relating to our environment and to presence in our environment. And it allows us to begin the process of opening the gates of body, energy, and mind. In some other kinds of traditions from India, not particularly Tibet, but from India, there is more emphasis on going inward into inner space. And I kind of understand this in terms of what it's like living in India, right? It's incredibly noisy. People lived in houses with lots of other people. Like, one of my friends in India who lives in a very traditional family, there are 4 generations of people living in the same house. If you don't go inward, you're going to be distracted, right? But here, we are always going inward. We're always worrying about ourselves and fiddling around in there and paying way too much attention to what's going on inside of us. So the traditions themselves, such as Trikashaivism and Dzogchen and Chan Buddhism, they are about becoming awake. And if you look at all the paintings and pictures and statues of the great practitioners, they're like, they have that look, right? So we're opening up the gates of our senses so that we can integrate with everything and discover presence everywhere. But I also think, in addition to that tradition and the reason for open-eyed meditation, that it's very good for us in this culture because we do way too much navel gazing. So the idea that we could sit and open our eyes and just be where we are and be in contact with something external to ourselves, or seemingly external, is, I think, a good thing. But again, eventually we discover that there isn't any difference between inside and outside. But you can discover that through doing open-eye meditation, for sure.